Hi, it's Michael Taylor from Trackworthy. So as you can see, we made it up to the beautiful Muskoka region of Ontario. And hopefully you tuned into part one of our video. And if you haven't, please do. Give you lots of information, background on the car, similarities and differences between the 2017 Fiat 124 Spider and the Mazda MX-5. I wanted to share some driving impressions with you. We've now spent a couple of days with this car, put on several hundred kilometers or several hundred miles. It's a fun car to live with. Quite tiny, but the car is very stable on the highway. Lots of wind noise from the soft top, but it is, it's a soft top and that's what you expect and that's kind of what you want. In my opinion, the two major differences between this car and the MX-5 are under the hood and in the suspension. Differences between turbo and naturally aspirated engines, no turbo lag in the 2-liter Mazda, not a lot of power in this car, below 3,000 RPM, and plenty of go, especially because this car has 184 pound-feet of torque versus the Mazda with 148 pound-feet of torque. The other difference is that the components are similar to the MX-5, but Fiat has tuned this car to reduce body roll. And you really do notice that in this. The car going around corners gives you lots of confidence, noticeably less body roll than in the MX-5. This is a Lusso model, so it's a step up from the base model. The Abarth model is not available yet in Canada, but we do look forward to getting to that. The horsepower goes from 160 to 164 between this and the Abarth version, so not a huge difference in horsepower. So one thing I noticed about driving this car on the way up here, when you come to a stop and under full throttle acceleration in first, second, and third gear, back end squats down, feels like the front end raises up, and the back end feels like it's getting a little bit loose. Could be because it's extremely cold out, and these tires probably would have liked to have been a little bit warmer. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to demonstrate to you one of the unique features of this car, which is that when you make a phone call, the speakers are, for the phone, just come out of the headrest. They don't come out of the rest of the car. Hello?
Pronto.
Pronto. Is Gianluca there?
Sono io.
Oh, that's Gianluca. How are you doing?
Sto benissimo. Come stai, Michael?
For some reason, when I've made this phone call now from this car, the person answered is only speaking in Italian. So I guess that's some sort of effect that this car has on people. One thing about getting into a car like this is you're really driving the car. You're not just along for the ride. You really feel where your front two corners of the car are. You know where your tires are at all time. And you really feel like you're running this car down the road. It's such a throwback to the more insulated, larger, cushier rides that you get in other cars. When I was a kid looking for my first car, I wanted to buy a convertible, and the original Fiat 124 Spider was something I considered. Also looked at the Triumph Spitfire and Triumph TR6. I ended up buying an MGB Mark IV, which I loved. But I thought that this car was, amongst all of those, other than maybe the TR6, I thought the Fiat 124 Spider was the best looking car of the group. So thanks for tuning in. As I said, if you didn't see part one, please tune in. Don't forget to subscribe for lots of exclusive track-worthy content, and drive safely. And as they say in Italy, ciao. Do you like the car? It's a Fiat, the 124 Spider. You haven't seen one before, have you? You're checking it out? It's nice, isn't it? Know any Italian girls? No? Gonna go find one?